Gypsy cop. He was fired by one, and then got hired by another, got fired that one, and then got hired by another, and then got fired by that. So this one starts our predator cops for the night. Lee County Sergeant's plea deal, Lee County Sergeant's plea deal ends case over explicit video of deputy. Okay, four women were charged for sharing the explicit video. 3 of the women's charges were dismissed. 2 Lee County deputies charged. Two Lee County deputies, a sergeant and a jail police officer, are facing no jail time after being charged with for sharing an explicit video of another deputy last summer.
Great grammar, amazing.
Yeah, the editor needs to be fired. Jiminy Christmas. But anyway, three of the women, Aline Vizcarra, Diana Gerardo Garcia, Elisa Porras got their case dismissed. Sonia Estrada took a plea agreement that included being placed on unsupervised probation for 90 days and has to donate $50 to Crime Stoppers or domestic violence shelter.
Slap on the wrist, because they figure if they actually take it to court that the defense will just try to suppress the evidence. Essentially, nothing was actually sent out. It was just, conspiring to do the act, which in and of itself should be a serious crime, considering they are, tasked with upholding the law. They should be held to the highest standard of following it.
Right.
We all know that's not the case, but it should be.
According to court documents, the evidence state police had against the four was text messages in which they planned to buy a track phone and share the video. These ladies really felt they were righteous. They're doing a good thing because she, the victim, was such a horrible person, such a liar. They're doing good. They're doing a good thing by trying to get her fired, and that really bothered me. Ray said. In my opinion, this is sufficient. This is enough evidence to say yes. To say yes, these ladies committed a crime, but there's the argument that, hey, where's the smoking gun? Where's the track phone? You never found this.
So hold on a second. They think that they can pay $50 to a domestic shelter, but they don't think they can pay $50 to Walmart for a prepaid phone? Really?
Right.
Come on now.
It's called a throwaway phone for a reason. Because
we know why they were getting a wire for sure, so that it wouldn't be tracked back to them. But at the same time, they don't need the actual phone itself. They know that nothing was sent. They do have the text message. This doesn't make any sense to me.
So I mean, this is really disgusting that they admit a crime is committed, but yet they say, okay, a crime is committed, but they're saying no proof of the crime is committed. Yet we're saying a crime is committed. Huh? I was confused.
I think that's the intention.
Okay. Okay, so our
that
next...
or it's just bad editing. I don't know. It'd be a combination.
Okay, so our next one is Oregon cop accused with sexual gratification. Wow. Former Oregon cop charged with receiving sexual gratification so basically he's getting a blowjob while on duty. See, I just saw what happened myself. Pretty stupid, but I'm sure you might have more info later. Yeah.
Of course, it's all misdemeanors.
Right. See, a former police officer in Oregon County faces allegations of abusing his badge by obtaining personal sexual gratification while on duty. Court records show. Walter Leroy Harper was cited last month on 3 counts of first-degree official misconduct, a misdemeanor, according to records filed in Clackamas County Circuit Court. A charging document says Harper was working for the Oregon City Police Department on August 2022 when he obtained a quote-unquote benefit, a sexual gratification while on duty. Basically, he was given a blowjob while on duty. Wow.
So he then resigned 1 month later, September 2022, or less than a month because this was the first. Says here further down that he was previously in a different department for only 3 years. It
Another
says
gypsy
following
cop.
January, so that would be 23, he was arrested on allegations of drunk and reckless driving in Clackamas County after his blood alcohol content registered 0.15. That's almost double the legal limit.
Right. Yeah.
He pled guilty and he's currently on a diversion.
What does that mean? I mean,
That means that they say, okay, you got a term of so many months or years where you have to, keep your nose clean. And then if you complete that term without any incidents, then the charge disappears.
Oh, I get you. Okay. Wow, that's disgusting. Okay, so our next one, fired after two harassment claims in Dearborn. Fired after two harassment claims in Dearborn, cop found new badge in River Rouge. Wow. Another gypsy cop. Brian Smoothers, who lost his job in River Rouge last year, denied any wrongdoing. Of course. No surprise when the military guy from the other night said how officers go from town to town. Yeah, Nick. We call those gypsy cops because they literally go. They literally get fired from one department and they go to a neighboring county or neighboring city and get hired over there. Gypsy cops.
Oh shit! Here we go again.
Exactly. That's why we call them gypsy cops. When it was chief in Dearborn, Ron Haddad hired Brian Smothers as a police officer. Today, he wishes he hadn't. He should never work for another police department, Haddad told 7 News. After Haddad fired Smothers in 2020, the longtime police chief thought he would never wear a badge again, but he was wrong. I don't think there's any justification for hiring people that put citizens at risk. Smothers' problems in Dearborn began in 2019 when a young woman came to police headquarters to report a crime. Her former boyfriend, she said, had posted a video of the two of them doing adult things on the internet. She shared a still image from the video with police. Officer Brian Smothers took the report, but according to an internal investigation, he was not assigned to investigate the crime.
So basically, the cop that saw the screenshot was like, okay, I'm going to start texting this person. Like, who does that? Like, how is that at all an appropriate approach?
It's not appropriate at all.
No.
Within about a week, the victim would report to police that Smothers started to text her, engaging in unwanted and lengthy dialogue, according to an investigation by Dearborn police. The woman would later share texts with Dearborn officers, according to the department's investigation. In a 2-day span, Smothers texted her 133 times and initiated every exchange. Wow. According to the department investigation, the woman reached out to a friend via text. How creepy is that police officer who took my police report and saw the screenshots of my video and is texting me with a bunch of small talk? Wow.
Very creepy.
Super creepy. Smothers' attorney, Christine Wasserman, said her client does not recall there being 133 text messages and was never advised by the female that this was creepy or that he was creepy. What? Oh my God. How troubled does this guy have to be to realize that he's being creepy? Fuck.
Yeah, you don't take advantage of somebody that's vulnerable like that. What the fuck?
Absolutely. Haddad said the officer's behavior was troubling. Clearly, this victim was vulnerable, had a bad relationship. Haddad said she was looking for help, and the police did not get it. So literally, so this police officer violated her again. basically, I mean, she was violated once by her boyfriend, and then she was violated again by a police officer.
She believes that she was stalked by him. Apparently, he touched her in an intimate way, and yeah, she produced text messages where she told him to quote unquote stop, and that she didn't want a relationship. And then she said she later blocked his number. I'm kind of confused why that wouldn't have happened at some point in that 2 days of 133 messages myself. But
Right.
hey,
This absolutely is it's definitely a fireable offense, and it sounded like he started stalking her, and that should be a jailable offense.
so this part's troubling. A second warrant request for Smothers was submitted to the Wayne County prosecutor, but was also declined after the victim chose not to prosecute and due to insufficient evidence.
Wow,
He was fired, but not charged.
That's disgusting. That is very disgusting. So our next one, Hillsboro Detention Deputy arrested after he was caught watching video of nude inmates. Ew.
Without a valid purpose. Like, there's a valid purpose.
Right? What is a valid purpose to watch inmates nude? I don't think there is a valid purpose for that. I can't think of a single. Actually, maybe the only purpose I could think of is if you suspect an inmate of transporting drugs from one area to another, and you're watching them naked to see if they put it in their butthole or whatever.
I'm telling you, they need to make those corrections officers squat and cough, because I am sick of them bringing contraband into the corrections facilities. Just saying.
Right, absolutely. A Hillsborough County detention deputy was arrested after he was caught watching videos of nude inmates without a valid purpose. The Hillsborough County Sheriff's Deputy said Robert Creel Jr., 50, is accused of viewing footage of nude female inmates outside of his assigned responsibilities between May 15th and June 9th. He accessed videos without a valid law enforcement purpose, and HCSO officials said he repeatedly rewound and reviewed the footage. Wow, it sounded like he was getting off on that shit. This behavior is a gross violation of trust and overstep of access that will not be tolerated. Hillsborough County Sheriff Chad Cronister said, "This man's actions are a disgrace to the badge, exploiting his position to prey on individuals in vulnerable situations." Creel Jr. Has been with the sheriff's office since December 2002. Damn, so he's been with the sheriff's office 22 years. What the fuck? Well, almost 22 years.
It looks like he was initially placed on leave without pay, and then after the investigation was conducted, he was arrested on Friday, has been fired from his position. He's charged with 11 counts of video surveillance by accessing computer or electronic device without authority. So not even an actual sex offense that would put him on a registry.
He needs to be put on a registry.
Disturbing.
That is very disturbing. He needs to be put on a fucking registry for that shit. That's disgusting.
Yeah, that's absolutely a sex crime, and this is disturbing. The charge that he's being charged with, it doesn't fit what he did.
Right. Okay. So our next one is yet another stalker. See, dude needs to get a girlfriend. Watching nude females. Go get a damn woman, bro, and ditch the wife if you're that bored. Yeah, Nick. Yeah. Okay. So convicted former cop again found guilty.
I mean, unfortunately, it might be a sadistic fetish where, he takes advantage of his position and likes the fact that they're vulnerable and unable to, consent. So it might not just be a situation. I wouldn't want him to do that to a wife or a girlfriend, that kind of person. I think maybe he should just stay single and go take a one-way swim in the ocean instead.
I remember this asshole. I mean, I recognize his face. I remember this fucking asshole. We have talked about this shithead before.
Yeah, he's back at it.
Oh wow! Exactly, Nick.
Shit. Here we go again.
Polk County jury has found a former police officer, Walter Pacheco, guilty of stalking his ex-girlfriend, according to court records. Pacheco, 29, of Pleasant Hill, has been convicted of the same crime before, but this criminal charge was enhanced to felony by the existence of a protective order that barred the two from having contact. It carries a punishment of up to 10 years. A sentencing hearing has not been set. It's possible that a judge will extend his existing nearly 21-year prison sentence with the latest conviction. Damn, so he's already he's already facing 21 years, and then he's going to add 10 years on top of that. He ruined his entire life.
I mean, this is rare that they get punished like this, so I wonder who he pissed off.
That's a good point. That's a very good point. Pacheco, also known by the surname Pacheco Belen, is a former officer of Carroll and Eagle Grove, which hired him despite a similar harassment allegation by another woman. He was forced to resign from Carroll. He was forced to resign from Carroll and was fired by Eagle Grove before moving to Des Moines metro area. And yes, I said that wrongful on purpose because I'm being a smartass. So he's a fucking gypsy cop. He was fired by one and then got hired by another, got fired that one, and then got hired by another, and then got fired by that one. He's a gypsy cop. But his law enforcement career was derailed by a pattern of violence and harassment that surfaced in 2022, much of which was tied to his most recent ex-girlfriend. Pacheco surrendered his peace officer certification in July 22. After a period of months, he was arrested for multiple felonies and misdemeanors, including assault, burglary, criminal mischief, false imprisonment, harassment, robbery, stalking, theft, witness tampering, and willful injury. Pacheco pled guilty to four of the charges by early 23 and received a 19-year suspended prison sentence and probation. In August 23, after Pacheco again violated a no-contact order, a judge sentenced him to 24 days in jail and warned him that further violations might result in prison time. Ultimately, it was an incident 2 months later that led to the imposition of the 19-year sentence, an additional nearly 2-year sentence for protective order violations, and the looming 10-year sentence. So he's potentially facing 31 years. Good. I hope he stays in jail for the entirety of that 31 years.
Yeah.
And on October 16, 23, Pacheco was accused of approaching the woman at a fitness center on Des Moines' south side. The staff at Planet Fitness noticed the victim in fear and attempted to help her by having the victim step behind the counter, according to a criminal complaint. The staff helped the victim leave Planet Fitness so that she could get to her car. Still, Pacheco persisted by approaching her vehicle and following the woman in his vehicle. He followed her to her house. So he followed her from Planet Fitness all the way to her house. Wow, what the hell? This guy is truly evil. This guy is pure evil. He needs to sit in jail for the rest of his life.
If you think that somebody's following you, never go home.
Correct, absolutely.
Go to a highly populated area.
Yep. So our next one is a sheriff deputy accused of sexual misconduct. Former DeKalb County Sheriff's Deputy accused of sexual misconduct with children. Beyond disgusting. Beyond disgusting. The Sheriff's Office confirms that District Attorney approved more charges against Joshua Wells. It says the additional charges are related to the same case, but is still ongoing. Jail records show he was booked into the Cherokee County Jail around 5 p.m. that day. He was out on bond for second-degree S abuse in DeKalb County. Wells was first arrested on July 18th after a tip from a concerned parent. An investigation revealed that he had violated the policy and procedures of the Sheriff's Office and was therefore terminated. Wells was not employed full-time by the Sheriff's Office. He was in the Alabama Law Enforcement Police Academy, attempting to complete all the required certification to become a law enforcement officer.
Well, I'm glad he didn't get the chance to. Fuck that
exactly.
guy. Like with an electric grill, preferably.
So our next one is a SRO. So the SRO, the SRO deputy at Seminole High School terminated by the Pinellas County Sheriff's Office. The Deputy Charles Matthews serves. Oh, I got you, Snap. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, if you scroll down to where it says the memorandum from PCSO detailed following items.
Oh, I got you. And yeah, RuneScape is an interesting game. I've never played it, but I've seen it streamed. Interesting game. Memorandum from PCSO detailed the following items. You developed an inappropriate relationship with several female high school students, which led to your exchange of telephone numbers and regular communication with them via phone calls, text messaging. This occurred while you were at work and off duty, including during the summer break. You referred to this group of female friends as your favorites. Those female students would send you photographs, including selfies that were taken at a variety of locations. One of these selfies was 3 of the teenage girls in bikinis at the beach. You kept these photographs on your agency's cell phone and forwarded some to your personally owned cell phone. Wow. In conversations with female students, you made disparaging comments about other female students. Specifically, you called one student the person who goes around because she allegedly had multiple partners on a separate occasion. You called a different student disgusting because her current boyfriend had recently been arrested and charged for a sexually related offense. While assigned to work the beaches during the summer break, you sent these female students text messages containing work hours and location in the hopes they would come meet you. You failed to take any action when in your presence these female students appeared to be impaired or under the influence of an intoxicating substance or were in possession of unlawful substances yourself. Wow. Without any legitimate or authorized reason, you access law enforcement and school board websites and databases, including ACISS, Who's in Jail, Focus, VIPAR, and the Active Calls app. You then shared protected information you obtained from these resources with several female students. Using various enforcement databases, you researched the criminal and arrest histories of several of these female students, parents, and families, and then shared this information with them. Tiff, how you doing? Welcome in.
Welcome in, Tiff.
Wow, this is a very, very long.
Absolutely, yeah. This just on and on. But no,
is.
this guy is definitely trouble. Like, he's got these assignments where he's putting himself in a position to see these underage women, in scantily clad clothing. That's problematic. Then he's sending them these pictures and he's giving them privileged information. He's just trying to establish his power, right? It's gross. And for a fact that, even though they can't prove it, this must have gone further than what they're saying.
Right.
Definitely grooming.
Very, very gross. Absolutely. So our next one is a Florida deputy arrested. Lee County deputy arrested, accused of sending explicit photos and messages to a minor. Ew.
So he's 51, she was 17.
Ew. A Lee County deputy has been arrested after allegedly having inappropriate conversations and sending explicit photos to a minor. The Lee County Sheriff's Office says that in May this year, they received a tip about an adult male communicating with a 17-year-old girl. The tip was first received by the Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force from the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children and was classified as online enticement pre-travel. Wow. Disgusting.
So he was allowed to resign after 30 years.
Yeah, that's messed up. Yeah. Detectives investigated and identified the male as Brian Haycock, 51, who was questioned and resigned shortly after and served for 30 years. Yeah, he should not have been allowed to resign. He should have been in cuffs. Haycock is reportedly a subscriber to Meet Me, formerly known as MyYearbook.com. Detectives said they continued investigation and shared their findings with the state attorney's office. On Thursday, a warrant was repeatedly issued for Haycock for transmission of material harmful to a minor. The warrant states on May 6, 2024, in Lee County, Florida, Byron Haycock did send harmful material to minors, to wit, a picture of his exposed explicit to a subject known by Haycock to be a 17-year-old minor female, stated in their direct message communication.
I only hope that was a decoy.
Right.
Like the way they word that, known to him as 17, like that makes me assume that it was. I hope so. Yeah, that, what the fuck? I hope that, when the dust settles on this, that they find him guilty and that he spends the rest of his days behind bars at a minimum.
Yeah, if you cross the tape, dipshit would have thrown you in cuffs. But these jokers get away. Oh, I know, Nick. I know.
Absolutely.
That's what pisses me off. Okay. So, and then our last article, our last Cop Watch article for the night. Franklin County deputy arrested in over 50 sex crime charges. Wow.
32 of which are R-word.
Damn. That is super disgusting. Columbus, Ohio. The Franklin County deputy is out of jail after being arrested on 58 felony charges, including 32 for R-word. Wow. According to
16
Franklin,
of those are victims under 13.
that's
The other
even,
half didn't specify the victim's age.
that's all the more disgusting. According
Absolutely.
to Franklin County Sheriff's release, Circleville resident and deputy Charles Davis was arrested without incident Wednesday morning, 11 months after an investigation began onto allegations of SA type crimes. The sheriff's office said it was made aware of an investigation in September 23 by the U.S. Marshals Task Force in Ross County. The charge includes 32 counts of R-word and 26 counts of gross imposition, according to Ross County Common Pleas Court records. But an update to the docket Wednesday afternoon showed that Davis was released from jail. He was ROR. He was released on recognizance, meaning that he did not have to pay cash bail to leave. The court records did note he was fitted with a GPS ankle bracelet before release. A judge ordered him not to have any contact with minor children other than his own biological children or the victim in the case. Why was he let out to begin with? He should not have been let the fuck out. He hurt children. Why is he
obviously a danger to other people?
He is a danger. Why is he out for?
Yeah, I don't think that this guy should be fed, housed, and clothed on our dime. But at the same time, I don't want him amongst everybody else. I think there's only one solution for this guy, and you know what it is.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, it's the indictment showed that half of the 32 R counts accused Davis of R between March 1st, 2020 and August 7, 21. In those 16 incidents, the victim was under 13 years old, and the other half of the R charges did not specify the victim's age, but accused Davis of adult conduct by force or other threat of force from March 22 to October 22. For the imposition charges, the indictment listed the victim under 13 for 13 counts. The remaining charges also do not specify the victim's age. So why, again, this is pissing me off. Why? Okay, why is he walking free? If any one of us did the exact, if any one of us, I mean, obviously I would never would, but if any one of us did the exact same thing and had the exact same charges this guy does, none of us would be walking free.
If he had
So
done
why
that
the-
shit to my kid, he wouldn't be.
So why the fuck is he walking free? He should not be walking free at all. This is especially heinous that he's walking free.
Yeah, rope is cheap and plentiful.
Yes. The
And
sheriff's
with
office-
that,
yep. And with that, yes, and with that, we're gonna end this stream here.